Mediterranean Sea. A dazzling sea stretching over 2.5 million square kilometers, cradling 22 countries in its sun-kissed embrace. Renowned as the world's top destination, it draws over 300 million tourists annually to its iconic coastal cities, charming villages, and breathtaking vistas. More than a single sea, it weaves together a tapestry of vibrant waters, each with its own story. The Mediterranean unites these captivating seas. The Adriatic Sea sparkles between Italy's eastern shores and the rugged coasts of Croatia, Montenegro, and Slovenia, a haven of historic ports. Along Greece's shores and Turkey's ancient ruins, the Aegean Sea sparkles with scattered islands, where mythology and whitewashed beauty still live on. The Ionian Sea cradles western Greece, its emerald waters lapping at serene beaches and mythic isles. Villages cling to painted cliffs above blue waters. This is where the Ligurian Sea kisses Italy's poetic northwest. Volcanic islands and dramatic coastlines rise boldly, surrounded by the deep blues of the Tyrrhenian Sea. The Levantine Sea washes southern Turkey, Cyprus, Lebanon, and Israel, blending ancient ruins with vibrant coasts. Sunlight dances across golden shores. Spain's coast glows under the warmth of the Balearic Sea. Surrounded by 3 continents and countless civilizations, the Mediterranean has long been a meeting point of cultures, empires, and timeless beauty. Now, let's dive into its most iconic shores and hidden gems. Barcelona, Catalonia's heart, blends Gaudi's whimsical Sagrada Familia and Park Güell with the Gothic Quarter's medieval alleys. La Barceloneta Beach buzzes with tapas bars and sunseekers. Port Olympic thrives with sleek marinas and buzzing nightlife, while nearby Ciutadella Park offers a peaceful escape with palm-lined paths, a boating lake, and ornate sculptures. A 40-minute ride away, Sitges charms with bohemian vibes, art galleries, and lively festivals along its golden shores. Rugged cliffs and turquoise coves define Costa Brava, one of Spain's most scenic coastlines. Lloret de Mar pulses with energy. Its wide sandy beaches and vibrant nightlife make it a magnet for youthful travelers. Lloret de Mar's coastline stuns with rocky coves and golden sands, framed by lush Mediterranean pines, ideal for scenic seaside walks. Framed by ancient walls, the beach of Tossa de Mar feels like a step back into medieval times. The ancient Tossa de Mar fortress crowns the coastline, offering breathtaking views of the turquoise bay below, a perfect blend of history and natural beauty. It's the only remaining fortified medieval town on Catalonia's coast, making it a true hidden treasure. Above steep rocky shores, Blanes reveals its tranquil side through blooming botanical gardens. Just steps away, the golden curve of Blanes Beach invites you to unwind on its soft sands, where the Mediterranean's gentle waves meet the shore in perfect harmony. At the rugged edge of Spain where the Pyrenees meet the sea, Cape of Creus wild winds and surreal rock formations inspired Dali's dreams. Just minutes away, the artist's beloved Cadaqués awaits. Cadaqués, once a haven for Dali, captivates with its whitewashed houses, quiet, art-filled lanes, and peaceful blue bays. Southward, Valencia shines with its futuristic city of arts and sciences, historic Old Town, and Malvarosa Beach. The birthplace of paella, it hosts the fiery Las Fallas Festival each spring. The Balearic Islands offer unique escapes. Ibiza balances wild parties with Dalt Vila's historic charm and quiet coves. As the sun dips below Ibiza's legendary skyline, the island transforms. Ibiza's port isn't just a gateway for luxury cruises. It's where the Mediterranean's most extravagant parties set sail, from sunset catamaran raves to private coves, only reachable by boat. Formentera's Cecilites Beach rivals the Caribbean with white sands. Nearby, Espalmador Island, a private islet, stuns with crystal waters and mud baths. Mallorca fuses mountains and sea. Palma de Mallorca captivates with its Gothic cathedral and vibrant marina. Sacalobra's winding road leads to a turquoise cove nestled in Tramontana cliffs. Magaluf ignites with electric energy, beach clubs, neon-lit parties, and a non-stop pulse that defines Mallorca's wildest playground. Menorca's Estelayer offers quiet turquoise serenity, while nearby Cala Macareleta stuns with its white sands and cliffs embraced by pine forests. Monaco, the glittering jewel of the French Riviera, packs royal grandeur into just 2 square kilometers, where billionaires, racing legends, and jet-setters dance along its sun-kissed shores. Monte Carlo sparkles with luxury. Its iconic casino, yacht-filled harbor, and Formula One circuit-defined glamour. The Prince's Palace and exotic gardens offer stunning views of the Azure Coast. Nice's dazzling blend of urban energy and Mediterranean charm makes it the undisputed queen of the French Riviera, where Belle Epoque elegance meets endless blue horizons. Along the iconic Promenade des Anglais, palm trees sway above a lively parade of cyclists, sunbathers, and cafe terraces spilling onto the pebbled shore. Just east of Nice, Villefranche-sur-Mer's candy-colored houses cascade toward a bay so turquoise, it seems painted by an artist's brush. Marseille reveals its raw beauty, where mountains meet the Mediterranean, a city of salty fishermen's tales, sun-bleached limestone, and the ever-present chant of seagulls circling Vieux-Port. Vallon des Offres, a tiny harbor of pastel huts, where fishermen weave nets under Provençal cliffs. L'Estaques Calanques, wild turquoise pools, where waves whisper to ancient stone. Salt-bleached and sun-struck, Cassis is where the sea steals colors from fishermen's boats, and the castle walls hum with old rebellions. Ezi's medieval village perches on a cliff, its exotic garden boasting Riviera views. Cap d'Ale hides quiet trails and beaches near Monaco. Saint-Tropez trades in contradictions. Fishermen still mend nets near docks, where €200 million yachts dock, and the same alleys that sheltered penniless painters now sell €5,000 handbags. Its cobbled lanes, barely wider than a Vespa, are stained with decades of spilled rosé and layered with the ghosts of Bardot's 1960s stilettos. Cannes dances between two rhythms, the snug embrace of its sun-dappled coves and the electric hum of its port, where Le Suquet's medieval wrinkles watch over a modern ballet of yachts. Antibes wears its contrast boldly, where the Picasso Museum's sunlit courtyards overlook a frenzy of yachts, and just steps away, jagged limestone coves crumble into turquoise shallows, their rocks warmed by centuries of sun. La Grande Motte's surreal skyline, a 1960s vision of concrete pyramids rising from the sand, feels like a sci-fi film set stranded on the French Med. Porquerolles Island, a car-free sanctuary off Hyères, lures travelers with its wild pine forests, secluded coves, and vineyards that spill toward untouched beaches, where the only soundtrack is the rustle of wind through salt-scrubbed trees. Collioure, near Spain, inspires with colorful houses and Matisse's legacy. Genova doesn't prettify its past. The Carughis' grimy cobbles still echo with sailors' curses, while the port's cranes pivot between cruise ships and crumbling 16th-century warehouses. Portofino's colorful houses and yachts create a postcard scene. Cinque Terre's UNESCO villages stun with colorful homes on steep cliffs. Rio Maggiore's vibrant marina and cliffside houses glow at sunset, linked by scenic trails. Manarola and Vernassa captivate with harbors and medieval charm. Monterosso al Mare, Cinque Terre's rebel child, flaunts its sandy beach and lemon groves, where sunburnt travelers sprawl on striped towels under the watch of a giant seaside statue. In the Tyrrhenian Sea, Naples buzzes with Spacanapoli's lively streets, authentic pizza, and Vesuvius views. Sorrento spills lemon-scented and sun-drunk down its cliffs, where marinas clatter with fishing boats and nonnas sell limoncello in recycled water bottles. Just beyond Sorrento, the Amalfi coast unfolds, a UNESCO-draped spectacle where cliffs plunge into turquoise waters and pastel villages cling to the rocks. Positano steals the show with its vertiginous cascade of bougainvillea-draped houses. But don't miss Atrani's hidden piazzas, Ravello's sky-high gardens, or Maiori's battle to keep its sand. Capri's blue grotto swallows sunlight and spits back liquid sapphire, while the Faraglioni rocks stand like ancient sentinels guarding the island's ego. Just across the bay, Presida's pastel houses slump together in contented chaos. Their peeling facades, too busy living to pose for postcards. Southward, Maratea hides caves and a hilltop statue. Calabria's Silla and Tropea boast serene beaches and cliffside towns. Sicily's Palermo weaves Arab-Norman architecture with Ballaro's vibrant markets. Taormina perches on its cliff like a diva, an ancient Greek theater still hosting dramas, while the Ionian Sea swirls below in shades of envy. Cefalù tucks its Norman cathedral between a fishing harbor and a mountain, where laundry flaps over Arab-Norman alleyways, and the sea arrives in slow, honeyed waves. Sardinia's Cala Goloritze sparkles with crystal waters. Caprera Island, part of the Maddalena archipelago in Sardinia, enchants with wild landscapes, crystal clear waters, and Garibaldi's historic home, nestled among granite hills. Porto Cervo exudes luxury with its designer boutiques, exclusive marina, and emerald waters that attract the world's elite. Venice, where time floats on canal currents and history whispers from every crumbling palazzo, spins its magic beyond the main islands. Murano's furnaces have burned for 700 years, where masters twist molten glass into fragile miracles, and the air shimmers with heat and centuries of secrets. Murano laughs in rainbow, a kaleidoscope of fishermen's houses, leaning like drunken friends, their reflections bobbing in canals stitched with lacemakers' threads. Nestled between Sicily and North Africa, Malta blends ancient history with island charm in the heart of the Mediterranean. Valletta, the golden-hued capital, overlooks the Grand Harbor with Baroque streets and St. John's co-cathedral's artistic treasures. Mdina, the silent city, enchants with its medieval alleys and fortified walls, crowned by the impressive Mdina Gate. On Gozo Island, dramatic cliffs surround the mythical fungus rock. Gantija temples and Handak Ir Rumian Bay offer both ancient wonder and seaside escape. And Popeye Village, perched above Anchor Bay, adds playful color with its charming film set houses and coastal views. The Mediterranean's Balkan shores weave a tapestry of Slavic, Ottoman, and Venetian influences, where rugged cliffs meet shimmering Adriatic and Ionian waters. Stretching across Croatia, Slovenia, Montenegro, Albania, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. This region blends medieval fortresses, vibrant ports, and pristine beaches, offering a soulful journey through history and natural splendor. Neum, Bosnia's lone coastal gem, nestles between Croatia's shores, with affordable beaches and seafood tavernas, a quirky Adriatic stop. A Venetian-style coastal gem with narrow streets and colorful facades, Piran perched on the Adriatic. Izola, a quieter fishing town offering a peaceful escape and authentic Slovenian coastal charm. On the Istrian Peninsula, this vibrant old town of Rovinj dazzles like a painting come to life, especially under glowing sunset skies. Roman heritage meets seaside charm in Pula, where the remarkably preserved amphitheater still echoes with ancient grandeur. Winding stone alleys lead you through Šibenik, crowned by the majestic St. James Cathedral, a true medieval masterpiece. Near Šibenik, the St. Nicholas Fortress, a UNESCO-listed Venetian marvel, stands as a striking coastal sentinel. At Krka National Park, turquoise waterfalls tumble through lush greenery, offering a refreshing inland escape. In the heart of Krka National Park, Visovac Monastery stands as a sanctuary of peace, perched on a tiny island, surrounded by lush nature. Clinging to a rocky peninsula, Premoshten welcomes you with vineyards, pebble beaches, and postcard-perfect serenity. Trogir, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with Romanesque and Gothic architecture woven through narrow alleys. Wrapped around Diocletian's palace, Split vibrates with Roman history, Adriatic views, and a vibrant urban spirit. Step inside Diocletian's palace, a 4th century Roman gem that blends history with Mediterranean charm, and where Daenerys kept her dragons in Game of Thrones. Omish earns its adventurous spirit from dramatic cliffs and a winding river canyon, nestled beautifully between mountains and sea. As your boat sails past the cliffs of Omish and heads toward the harbor of Makarska, you'll find yourself surrounded by rugged mountains and shimmering sea. A perfect moment to sit back and let the Adriatic speak. Makarska, a scenic harbor town beneath the Biokovo Mountains, with a palm-lined promenade and vibrant energy. Brač Island blends the charm of Pučišća's white limestone town with the iconic Zlatni Rat Beach, a golden pebble spit stretching across the shimmering Adriatic Sea. Near Zlatni Rat, Galeshnyak is private and landings not allowed, yet a boat ride around this heart-shaped island is pure magic. In summer, lavender-scented breezes drift through the cobbled alleys of Var, where quiet villages turn into vibrant seaside nights along the glowing harbor. Korčula, often dubbed Little Dubrovnik, this walled island town is rich in legends and coastal charm. Near Korčula, Mljet Island is a haven of pine forests, saltwater lakes, and the tranquil Mljet National Park, perfect for nature lovers seeking solitude. Stone, with its ancient salt pans and miles-long fortifications, offers a quiet taste of history along the Pelješac Peninsula. Dubrovnik stuns with marble streets and sky-piercing fortresses. Its majestic city walls once defended an empire, now famous as the real-life King's Landing from Game of Thrones. Albania's stunning Ionian coastline hides a gem long cherished by locals and now discovered by travelers worldwide. Ksamil, the country's most famous beach village, where white sands and turquoise waters rival even the Maldives. High above the Ionian, Dermy town stretches down the mountainside toward the sea, a hillside haven where winding roads lead to pebble beaches, turquoise coves, and stylish beach bars alive with summer energy. Other remarkable coastal highlights in the area include the crystal-clear beaches of Saranda and Himara, known for their peaceful charm. Montenegro greets the Mediterranean with rugged mountains that plunge into sapphire seas, unveiling one of Europe's most dramatic coastal landscapes. Herceg Novi, perched at the entrance of the Bay of Kotor, charms with Ottoman-era forts, Baroque facades, and palm-lined promenades. A short sail across the bay leads to Perast, a tranquil jewel of Baroque architecture and maritime history. Here, two legendary islets rise from the shimmering waters: Our Lady of the Rocks, with its man-made island, and St. George, home to a centuries-old Benedictine monastery. Kotor weaves a fairy-tale old town within medieval walls, cradled by UNESCO-protected cliffs that soar above the fjord-like bay. A climb to St. John's Fortress unveils heart-stirring Adriatic vistas. Luxury cruise ships glide through the bay, stopping at secluded coves and historic landmarks. Nearby Kotor, Momola Island's fortress, now a luxury retreat, rises from the waves. A short distance away, a tiny islet cradles the legendary Arza Tower, its stone walls whispering tales of maritime legends. The Riviera comes alive in Budva, where Mogren's golden sands and dramatic cliffs meet a Venetian-walled old town. Boats glide to Sveti Nikola Island, its lush shores offering a peaceful escape. Bečići boasts a long, golden beach, one of Montenegro's finest, where turquoise waves and high-end resorts create an indulgent coastal retreat. The shoreline unfolds toward Queens Beach and Prejno Beach, their tranquil sands lapped by crystal-clear waters. Sveti Stefan's fortified islet, linked by a slender causeway, stands as an exclusive Adriatic jewel. Views from St. Sava Church capture the coastline's breathtaking beauty. Just across the Ionian Sea, Greece begins its Mediterranean tale on the Emerald Isle of Corfu. With its fusion of Venetian grace and island serenity, Corfu enchants visitors with pastel-colored mansions, ancient monasteries, and cypress-lined hills. Corfu town, the island's capital, is crowned by a grand Venetian fortress and laced with elegant alleys that echo its storied past. The Grand Achaean Palace stands as a majestic tribute to classical mythology, with its neoclassical architecture and sweeping views of the Ionian Sea. Along Corfu's northwestern coast, Paleokastritsa unveils its natural splendor. Ancient monasteries cling to limestone cliffs, while secret coves below shimmer in impossible shades of turquoise. Canal de Moor is a unique natural formation in Corfu, where the sea has carved narrow channels between sandstone cliffs, creating a scenic swimming spot. Giali Beach dazzles with its unique pebbles that shimmer like gold under the Mediterranean sun, creating a magical contrast with the deep blue waters. The double crescent of Porto Timone offers one of Corfu's most breathtaking hikes, where turquoise bays unfold beneath dramatic cliffs. Between the champagne bars and sapphire shallows, Glyfada's mile-long golden beach becomes Corfu's daytime playground and nightlife hub. A brief drift leads to Lefkada, where sheer cliffs meet sapphire waters in one of Greece's most photogenic coastlines. Though brief in our view, the island leaves a lasting impression. With its colorful houses and fishing boats, Chioni is one of Ithaca's most charming harbors. Playa Amos stands out with its white sand and turquoise waters, rare for Lefkada's usually rocky beaches. Kefalonia is a tranquil Greek island where green mountains lean into the sea. Assos village rests on a fairy tale peninsula, with pastel-colored houses surrounded by crystal-clear waters. White pebbles and turquoise waves define Patani Beach, nestled between steep cliffs in a scene of dramatic beauty. And Myrtos Beach. Hidden beneath towering cliffs, it offers one of the most iconic views of the Mediterranean. Zakynthos, a gem of western Greece, stuns with natural wonders shaped by time and tide. Navaggio Beach, or Shipwreck Cove, captivates with its iconic cliffs and the rusted remains of a smuggler's ship resting on bone-white sand, surrounded by piercing blue waters. At Zygia Beach, healing springs flow directly into the sea, creating a one-of-a-kind natural spa, unlike anywhere else in the Mediterranean region. The island is also famed for its unique coastal wonders, from the sculpted white rock formations to the hidden serenity of Oasi Beach. Milos captivates with a lunar coastline carved by sea and wind, where hidden caves shimmer in turquoise light. Its traditional villages, with whitewashed houses and blooming courtyards, reflect the quiet charm of Cycladic island life. Aegean serenity lingers in Kufanesia's quiet shores. Pori Beach stuns with soft white sands, melting into radiant seas, untouched and otherworldly. Mykonos captivates with the iconic charm of Little Venice, where wave-lapped Venetian houses glow in the sunset. Winding through Mykonos's narrow labyrinthine alleys, the whitewashed walls glow under the sun, their cobalt blue doors and hidden chapels revealing a cycladic charm where every turn feels like a secret waiting to be discovered. As you wander through the narrow streets of Mykonos, it's hard not to be enchanted by flower-draped walls and cozy tavernas spilling out into the lanes. Super Paradise Beach, meanwhile, pulses with music and luxury, defining the island's world-famous party spirit. Tucked away in the Ionian, Paxos enchants with its laid-back rhythm and sun-kissed serenity, while Gaios quietly hums with harborside cafes and gentle waves. Laka feels even slower, where time stretches with the calm waters and whispering pines between scenes of soft pastel. For just a fleeting moment, Lefkada reveals its wild elegance. Sharp cliffs, sapphire waters, and coastal beauty that feels truly unframed. In the northeastern Peloponnese, Nafplio blends romantic charm with rich history. Its Venetian fortress watches over the harbor, while neoclassical mansions and marble alleys whisper stories of the past in every corner. Palamidi Castle towers high above the town, offering panoramic views after a legendary climb of nearly 1,000 steps. Floating like a crescent on the Aegean, Santorini is more than a destination. It's a volcanic stage where light and silence perform every evening. The vibrant heart of the island, Fira, pulses with life. Cliffside paths buzz with footsteps, and cafes spill out toward views that steal your breath. Further along the rim, silence takes the lead in Imerovigli. Here, whitewashed domes cling to the edge of the sky, and sunsets unfold without a sound. In Oya, domes glow blue against a sea of fire and gold. And just for a moment, the world forgets to speak. Crete is not just an island. It's a world of its own. A land of myth, mountains, and Mediterranean soul stretched out under the southern sun. Chania, with its old Venetian harbor and pastel facades, feels timeless. Narrow alleys carry whispers from centuries past as the sea gently laps against stone. Just beyond, Balos Beach stuns with its surreal beauty, a glowing turquoise lagoon framed by raw, untouched cliffs. While Balos stuns with its wild, untouched beauty, Elafonisi, just south, whispers a softer charm with its pale pink sands. In Rethymno, elegance lingers. The fusion of Ottoman and Venetian history lines the streets, while soft breezes move through fortress walls and coastal cafes. Further east, the energy rises in Chersonissos. It's where vibrant beach life, seaside tavernas, and modern resorts come together under endless blue skies. A gentler rhythm returns in Agios Nikolaos, a coastal town built around a deep, serene lake. The colors here seem softer, the hours slower. Spinalonga Fortress, once a leper colony, now stands silent in the bay, a ghost of stone and sea. Rhodes, where sunlight clings to ancient stones and the Aegean wraps itself around history. At Madraki Harbor, statues watch over the sea, where legends say the Colossus once stood. Today, sailboats drift beneath the same sky. Further down the shoreline, Anthony Quinn Bay shimmers like a hidden cove in a forgotten tale, quiet, curved, and carved into the cliffs. Faliraki brings the rhythm back, a burst of beach life, color, and motion under the relentless sun. Eli Beach glows beneath the rows of white buildings, with waves rolling in along Rhodes' northern shore. And perched on its hill, above whitewashed houses, Lindos keeps watch. Its Acropolis gazing out over a bay so blue, it feels like a dream still unfolding. The Turkish coast stretches like a story told in waves. From the vibrant streets of Izmir, the road drifts westward, slipping into slower rhythms and saltier air. Çeşme opens the tale with breezy charm. Stone houses shimmer under the sun, while clear blue waters and wide beaches create a calm, inviting scene. In nearby Alaçatı, colorful shutters line quiet lanes, while surfers dance with the wind just beyond the shore. Further south, Kuşadası hugs the Aegean with its busy port, but nature reclaims the rhythm inside the Dilik Peninsula, where forested hills meet hidden bays. Pigeon Island offers peaceful walking paths and ancient ruins, adding a mystical touch to Kuşadası's natural beauty. The coast turns more dramatic in Bodrum, crowned by a Crusader castle and a harbor full of white-sailed boats. Here, history and modern life drift side by side. Datça slows the pace. Winding roads lead to quiet coves and almond-scented air, a place for those who seek silence over spectacle. At the tip of the peninsula, the ancient city of Knidos gazes out to sea. Its crumbled temples and theaters whispering tales of sailors and stars. Marmaris marks the meeting point of the Aegean and the Mediterranean. Its flower-lined alleys lead up to an old castle that watches over a harbor full of life. Just beyond the city, Nimara Cave hides among the hills, a cavern of myths and echoes. In Fethiye, turquoise waters gently fold into forested cliffs. Paragliders soar from Babada, drifting toward the glassy blue of Uludenis. Between steep canyon walls, Butterfly Valley lies untouched and wild. Cache is a quiet bohemian retreat with stone-paved streets and a calm harbor that opens to endless blue. Kapatash Beach glows below sharp cliffs, a flash of gold between rock and sea. Across the bay, the half-sunken ruins of Kekova and the hillside village of Semena linger in silence. Boats drift between lost cities, ancient tombs, and vine-covered walls. Kemer and Kirish sit between rugged hills in the open sea. Here, the coastline feels carved by nature, sharp, green, and full of motion. Offshore, Sulawata appears like a mirage. White sands, shallow blues, and not a single sound but the sea. Antalya begins with Kalechi, where old Ottoman houses lean over stone alleys and hidden courtyards. At the meeting point of land and sea, Hıdırlık Tower rises like a timeless sentinel. Once a Roman watchtower, now it watches over Antalya's ancient harbor in quiet dignity. In Alanya, the sun burns longer over the land. Golden beaches stretch along the bay, below a vast hilltop fortress. Alanya Castle stretches from the hilltop down to the sea, its ancient walls bearing witness to centuries of history. Today, paragliders launch from its heights, soaring over beaches and resorts in a blend of past and present. Off the coast of the Levant lies Cyprus, an island shaped by history, sunlight, and timeless myth. In Limassol, palm trees line the waterfront. The sea laps quietly near cafes, where people gather over coffee and ouzo. The old port hums with everyday life, while the new marina adds a modern touch to the shoreline. To the west, Paphos tells stories of Aphrodite. Mosaics from ancient villas still hold their color. And weathered columns stand where gods were once imagined to walk. The tombs of the kings echo with silence, carved deep into the rock by ancient hands. Nearby, Aphrodite's rock rises from the sea, a place where myth and horizon meet. The Lebanese coast stirs the soul. Byblos, one of the world's oldest cities, stands proudly beside a harbor that has welcomed ships for over 7,000 years. Ancient ruins overlook bobbing boats, and sunset paints its stones in gold. Batroun, further north, is laid back and breezy. Waves crash against Phoenician seawalls as locals sip lemonade under olive trees. Beirut, the ever-pulsing heart, is where chaos dances with charm. Rooftops buzz with music. Corniches wind above blue seas. Here, every corner tells a story. Tel Aviv offers one of the Mediterranean's best urban beaches, a place where locals and travelers blend into the easy pace of sun, sea, and city. The Mediterranean brushes gently against Egypt's northern edge. A coast often forgotten, but rich in beauty. In Alexandria, history lingers in the sea breeze. The Grand Library, reborn in steel and glass, looks out over the harbor where Cleopatra once sailed. Tunisia opens with quiet beauty. Coastal villages brushed by salt and sun, shaped by centuries of craft and culture. Sidi Bou Said is a dream in cobalt and ivory. Bougainvillea climbs whitewashed walls, and from the hills, the sea stretches silent and wide. To the south, Djerba emerges quietly, with golden shores, old synagogues, and villages wrapped in palms. We return to Spain, to where passion burns brightest, to Andalusia, the soul of the south. In Malaga, sunlit boulevards lead from Picasso's birthplace to the harbor's shimmering calm. The Alcazaba watches the sea as guitar strings echo in the alleys. South of Granada, the coast shifts to quiet coves and sun-warmed shores, backed by hills that catch the last light of day. Ronda, split by a canyon and tied by a stone bridge, feels like a storybook come to life. White houses perched precariously, overlooking valleys that breathe ancient air. And Nerja, the final whisper, where sea caves sleep beneath the cliffs, and the balcony of Europe stretches over endless blue. This journey has taken us through a dazzling blend of history and modernity, from iconic cities to hidden coastal gems. Each wave carries echoes of ancient sailors, while the cliffs stand timeless against the horizon. As the light fades over these waters that have shaped civilizations, one truth lingers. The Mediterranean isn't just a place, but a feeling that stays with you long after the shore disappears from view.